Yeah, at the next intersection, just wait for me. I'll jump in front. You can follow me. Nah, that was perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. Bro, you not one of them. You get the content. Like it ain't. You good. Nah, bro. Yeah, that's what we want, bro. Like always split that middle, and then the rest is easy from there. But yeah, now you good, bro. I'm gonna jump in front, and then we knock this shit out. All right, bro. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate it, yeah, man. We've been out here since 6 a.m. Sunday morning. We in New Jersey, so all the snow stopped out here. Thanks again. How I'm not tearing up the road. I've been doing this for a long time. It's a feeling that you have when you snowplow. But no, yeah. Also too, the snow was so damn heavy. My seatbelts. The snow was so damn heavy that we're just getting down to the blacktop. And then when the salt trucks come by, you know, they'll saw a little bit later on. But no, these blades don't tear up the roads. No. Like this video. Like this video. What my man Sean G say. Like this video. We'll put salt down after we finish. But right now, it's still just a layer of just snow on the ground. All ice at the bottom. Like this video. Yo, this at this intersection, this turnaround right here, follow me. We're gonna go to Phillips. This is good for now. They just gotta salt this later on. So this is good as it's gonna get. Yeah, that's right. You did good, bro. Just keep following me, and like I said, we just want to get it close to the fucking curb as possible. So I mean, it ain't gonna be perfect. Cause you know, as you see that section, it like kick back a little bit, and it is what it is. But as long as we open this bitch up and it's drivable, that's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah, you want to go now? Yeah, go now. Go. Yeah, go. Not just go now because we already kind of close by the scoreboard. So yeah, just spin around now, and then because Rick might have already did it, so I'm just gonna go over there and check, and then we'll do Teresa, Lanning, Maine, all that shit or whatever, because they doing Bull Run, Frankie and them. They doing Bull Run right now. So yeah, I'm about to jump out and get this key. All right. My fucking criminal headlights. I
You
fucking
sleep?
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wasn't terrible, actually.
Nah. I got like 4 hours.
I took half of my sleep meds and got like 4 hours.
Yeah, I woke up around like 11.
Yeah, me too.
Went to sleep like 7:30. So
Yep.
I was like, fuck it. I'm good now. All right, bro. Just call me when you done. All right. See, I like plowing at nighttime. There's nobody out. Well, just the, your lawn service people who got plow trucks, but the average car is not really out right now. And I feel so bad for the residents because they'll shovel their driveway and then we block it back in. But a lot of people don't understand, if you never plowed before, we don't do it on purpose. It's kind of hard to avoid that. Like, it's nothing we can really do. Like, it's not on purpose. Like, a lot of people think we do it on purpose. I'm like, nah, we don't blatantly just want to make you work 10 times harder. I don't know. But it's nothing you can really do about it. So I always tell people, I'm like, that apron of your driveway, just, it is what it is. You gotta just stay on top of it. A little bit of both. It's mapped out, but I kind of do go where I want. But our main thing is we focus on our primary roads, like the big roads where people will have to get through. So, like this road I'm on right now, this is a state road, so the state does this road. This road that I just left down, that's up with our primary roads. But yeah, so our goal is to keep these roads open for first responders. So yeah, it's a little bit of both. I do my own thing, but it's kind of like organized chaos. Organized chaos. But yeah, so we'll do all these main roads. We have like we work for public works, so each crew has primary roads in their section, and then once they're done, then we'll go into the neighborhoods. So I'm going to check on another primary right now. The other guy that was following me, he wanted to get fuel. He'll meet back up with me once he's done. Can AI ever do my job? Hell no. Hell fucking no. Me personally, no. And don't get me wrong, I love AI. I use ChatGPT a lot. Mainly to like format shit. I don't use it to like search things up for me. I'll say, hey, put this thing in the chart for me. Shit like that. But could it do this job? Nah. I can't see it doing shit like this. Oh shit, this is done. This is done. Yeah, because this job, you have to, what's the best way to put it? For this job, you gotta use your head. It's like a filling. Right? AI is just, whatever you tell it to do, it does that, but no. But what AI would be good for is, to your previous question, it'd be good to map stuff out. Like, just take a picture of the whole town, or the whole town in the map, and say like, what's the best routes? All right, what's the best way to break up this township into 4 or 5 different routes? Like, it can be good for that purpose, but to physically like plow, nah. primaries are good. Might be time to start hitting these fucking neighborhoods. You. Yeah, these primaries over here look good, like Teresa Landing. And, I'ma see. It might be time to start hitting these fucking neighborhoods. 'Cause these primaries are kind of wide open already. I'ma see where. I'm about to call Rick to make sure all these primaries are done. Because if so, then we'll start over in Hampton Hills. But yeah, let me give him a call real quick. Nah, I'm good. If you want to stop at the store or something real quick, go ahead. Then yeah, I'm good. I got everything. Nah, I'm good, bro. I got water. I'm still kind of full from earlier too, so I'm gonna appreciate it. Alright. Alright, cool. Our primaries are done over there. I'm on Teresa. It's kind of open for now. You want us to start hitting these neighborhoods? Or keep these? Yeah, Teresa, Landing, and Main is done. I mean, it's not super curb to curb, but it's open. It's like, I don't know who was over here. Alright, yeah, because I'm like I said, it's not bad. I could probably go up and down one time on each one, and they should be good to go. So, because that's how we got Federal City and Bull Run, because Cab Crew was doing Federal City too. So, yeah, I seen Frankie over there. Yeah, so because me and Brad went up Federal City, and then we did Bull Run. We did got that shit, grass to grass. It's named for the curbs over there. Yeah, he good. Yeah, he just went to get fuel. I told him I'll let him know, so I have him come over here with me. We'll do these streets again, and then we'll go do my section, Hampton Hills. Work that way like I used to do. I'm literally on Teresa and Stratford, that corner. Alright, well, I'll I mean, like I said, this ain't that bad, honestly, right now. So I mean, this is good enough for me to go do that real quick, and then swing back over here. It is what it is. So we here for the long haul. Oh, you think they gonna let us go home? Okay, yeah. I'll blame you. Yeah, I was gonna say at this point, we can finish this shit on Tuesday. Hey. Yeah, like everything's done. We done bust our ass for all these hours. Hey. Sitting at work. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, look, I'm with it either way, because at the end of the day, we've been here long as fuck. Like fuck. Closed anyway, yeah. I'm sure everybody's fine with that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna play. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking start back fresh on Tuesday. We'll start hitting fucking curbs and corners and yeah. Yep, at least yeah, no. Just for what? Like, yeah, no. Yeah, look, I'm with it 100%. And on top of that, we won't even stop at 11:30. We'll just keep going till 12. Fuck it. Fuck a lunch. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah, just keep pumping. Yeah, because I'm like, I got me a couple of hours of sleep, so I'm fresh. So I got no fucking problem to get this shit done. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Now whoever didn't come in for the storm, they gonna come in tomorrow. I mean today. Yeah, I don't know. He like, yeah, yeah, and I saw he was riding around Uber. Yeah, he was fucking because he almost hit me fucking coming out of his neighborhood. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? He was speeding out of there. I'm like, I know you want to keep the momentum going because of the snow, but damn, like, what the fuck? Hey, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then he spin around me. Hey, yeah, I'm like, what? And I'm like, because he was coming out of it, looked like Bert was in the passenger seat. Could have been somebody else, but it looked like it was him. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, this shit is fucking crazy, man. Yeah, like father, like son. Yep. Yeah, me either. Hey, exactly. Come to the office and do some paperwork with me. Hey, Jesus Christ. Hey, this is fucking great. Alright, yeah, I'm about to go hit this. I'm back on Pennington now. I'm gonna stop Brad to meet me over there. We'll knock that shit out real quick. That won't take me long. And then we'll get them down curb to curb. And then but yeah, our two streets over there are good. Our primary is good. They curb to curb, grass to grass, whatever the fuck you call it. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright, no problem. Alright. Alright. I work in the tree department, so we cut trees and all that good stuff. But I'm the equipment operator in my crew, so I just load up all the trucks and whatnot. But I'm not one of them people where I send a machine all day. Like I get out and help the guys. Like I don't believe in that shit. Like if the now you good. Meet me on we'll go to Clover Hill. This over here off of Federal City. We'll do that little section over here. We'll knock that shit out because I was just talking to Rick. I probably told you, but the goal was to fucking try to get all this shit done by fucking 12 o'clock so we can go to fuck home and start fresh Tuesday. And then we'll still get a half comp day out of this shit. So yeah, exactly. So cause I'm gonna take comp from 12 to 7, and then they'll because you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? Because yeah, yeah. Because why are you killing yourself on taxes? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So, don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? For comp, and if we leave at fucking 12 o'clock today, we'll still get a half day of comp. So, because when town hall closed, we get comp time. So, no, they, yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Fucking dread. The fucking dread. Hey. Hey. I know the feeling, bro. You're like, this shit. On the fly, yeah. Ooh, these neighborhoods is fucked up. God damn. Ooh-wee, boy. Yeah, just follow my path. Cause this shit is crazy back here. We leaving fucking mountains of snow. Yeah, you'll see. Nah, it's on your yeah, it's on your left. Yeah, it'll be on your left. You'll see where I started at. And whatnot. Yeah. I'm sure they already told you. If anybody come out like, hey, you blocking my driveway, just keep going. Don't even stop. Don't even stop. Hey, let me get. Like people don't understand that. Like it's not on purpose. You think I'm purposely plowing you in? No. What the fuck? Hey. All right, bro. Yeah, you'll see me over here. All right. We cut them. We do plant, don't get it wrong, but we mainly cut just like all the dead trees and shit, and whatnot. You got nothing. We up here, 22 inches still coming down hard. God, yeah, 22 inches is a lot. Holy, what state you live in? Ooh, 22 inches? I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine. You gotta be like upstate New York, Maine, Massachusetts, all that shit up there, New England. Like, oh man. Woo. Oh yeah, North Jersey. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm in Central Jersey. Ooh. Yeah, North Jersey. Y'all always get hit up there regardless. So this is normal for y'all. Down here, South Jersey didn't get it as bad as we did. I think we might be at like 8 inches, give or take, maybe 10. I didn't check. Yeah, North Jersey, y'all get slammed up there. Y'all know who I feel bad for? The mailmen and mail ladies. Because they gotta deliver snow in this shit. today. They gotta deliver it. And you gotta think, they gotta walk in this shit too. Woo! Oh my God. Bury a Mini Cooper? No, I try not to bury any cars. But I will say, if you don't follow those street rules of moving your car, I will. Yeah, if you don't follow the street rules of moving your car, I will plow as close to your car as possible. Because, like, what are you doing? Alright, so this is how we're gonna do the corner. So you see how I'm positioned right here? So always push up to like right where you at, then back up, and then I'll tuck that corner. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yup. So and then if you're ever the same way, then I'll do the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So instead of pushing it across the streets, because we'll leave that fucking line going across. So we'll just so you back up. I'll tuck this corner, we'll spin around, go down, and then we'll finish up from there. But yeah, that's how we do our corners. All right, cool. All right, bro. All right. I finish this street right here, I'm gonna look at the chat. I'm just trying to focus up real quick. This this shit heavy back here.
You trying to back up, just making a mound and fucking shit.
I know. I had to lift up just to fucking turn around. I was sliding. I couldn't even fucking get through it. But you know, just start hitting that. Now we can open it up. Now I just wanted to make that pass through.
Alright.
So just keep opening up curb to curb. But when you come down on that right side, you got to get all that because it's a wire that's hanging real low.
Alright.
So I'm gonna stay on this side over here. You stay on this side over here.
All these streets you're saying?
Yeah, on this turn. So you'll plow over here.
Alright.
So we'll switch sides.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll switch sides. Yep.
We trucked it up to
Yeah. Does everyone have to do something? Probably the morning. Yeah, you gotta shovel your own shit unless you call a loan service. But for me personally, I would just recommend that you just go out there every couple hours to stay on top of it, so you're not shoveling 10 inches or 20 inches or whatever inches of snow. Just stay on top of that shit. No, I never seen this the snowman thing. Yeah, it's little flurries. Nothing. It's not, none of this shit is really sticking, but yeah, it's definitely some little flurries still coming down. I'm in Ewing, New Jersey. It's right near Trenton, New Jersey. I'm about to just loop around real quick. Just stay right here. I'm gonna loop around real quick, and we'll go to Teresa Landing in Maine, because Hank did it, but we just got to get a curb to curb. So but yeah, this is gonna get back here. Oh yeah, because that freezing rain still kind of got to the bottom, so it ain't gonna get no better than this. We just gotta just open this shit up, so they'll be salting like crazy the next couple days, so it is what it is. All right, I'm about to loop this out, then we'll head over there. So this chill right here.
Yeah, I'll wait for you right here.
All right. He like to get curb to curb, curb to curb. One of my coworkers. See, I don't like throw people under the bus because everybody's a little different, but we got to get to that curb. We want the streets to be wide open. We don't want the streets to be small. And the people that park on the road, they just make it more difficult, but it is what it is. Damn near want to hear that curb scraping off the blade. That's how close you want to get. You. One more. so I just have Brad keep, getting to these curves and shit. Cause it's, like I said, it's not bad. He just gotta. Oh yeah, 100%. Cause as soon as I'm getting close to the curb, that shit is spilling back over. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. That's why I like this little wing that I got, because I can kind of do a little bit more with that. But alright, Dunmore. That's over there behind the high school, right? Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'll plow my way over there. Jesus Christ. Alright, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna just tell Brad to finish up over here, and then I'll catch back up with him. Alright. I gotta go pull out on the stepbrother LJ. He's around the corner on Dunmore. But yeah, you get the concept. Like, we're not gonna be able to get to see the curve, but just get close enough to the fucking curve as we could. Tuck the corners. We should be able to go back up this side one more time, right, and then just work down landing, pain, shit like that. I should be back by then.
Alright, and then we'll worry about like the side joints.
Yeah, we'll worry about them after. Yeah, we'll get them after we want the primaries open. Right. And then once the primaries open, me and you will go to Hampton Hills, Brophy, Malaga. Yeah, what me and you can do all that shit, and then they'll stay over here.
I'm so fucking for them sidewalks, bro. You see that, dog? There's 8 feet of snow in front of the fucking sidewalk. What am I gonna do with that if I have plowing down?
I might have to take a skid steer on that shit just to fucking just go down.
Fuck, bro, I'm fucked.
Now we all gonna be doing them though, because the roads will be done, so we all gonna be out there together. So
I think we're better off doing it like that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now we gonna have to come out there. Hey, yeah, let me go get him real quick. Just finish these up. I'll catch up. I'll see you somewhere around here.
I'm sure you'll have him out before I get through all these.
Yeah. I shouldn't take long, but yeah, go up this one and then start working your way over there.
All right, so
All right.
back.
Yeah, go back up that way. All right. Gotta go pull somebody out. Woo! I hate when I can't see the speed bumps. Come on. When people park like this, what are we doing? You make it hard for us. Want me to go around? Alright. What he do?
He broke the fucking hub on the fucking front tire. Then he's coming down here, and he's trying to say he's cut the corner. I'm like, who the fuck told you how to plow? Dude, go out to the fucking street, and then we cut the corner late.
Yeah.
We're going full.
You're the driver.
What the fucking means right here?
No, it's
now.
yeah, because of you.
Now I ain't got full drive because he broke the fucking hub. I guess if you come right here, maybe out on the terrace, maybe.
Okay.
Sideways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this will be fun. It should on that side. Yeah.
If we get him out on the terrace, I think I need to live him back.
Live it back.
Hey, who the fuck goes right for the corner like that? He's going to push. No, I guess not, asshole. You're going to push 2 foot.
Fuck. Alright, y'all spin around. Oh, the three people who, oh my God, we never leaving. We're never leaving, Tuck. What the fuck? Alright. Hey, what's going on, UK? I gotta pull somebody out. They just broke the hub on their truck. In this snowstorm, I'm saving people. Oh man. I gotta drive all the way around the corner so I could help this dude out. So the mechanics are here. We gotta pull somebody out. He broke the hub on his front left tire. Now we're down the truck. me back up? Alright.
That's some big boots and snow, huh?
Huh?
Some big boots.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shit, I'm even sliding a little bit, but it is what it is. I just gotta lift it up a little bit. Yeah, enough. I'm teaching Brad. Brad is learning. He's learning well. This guy's trying to tuck corners while driving straight. Good. Pull the whole front end off. Just saved one person. Been down a plow and a salt truck. Jesus Christ. This little motherfucker driving fast as hell. Bro, slow down. I'm in Ewing, New Jersey. So we're near Trenton, near the capital of New Jersey. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just had to save somebody. One of my coworkers just got stuck. Ungrateful. He didn't even say thank you. Time to take these AirPods out, put this Bluetooth in, turn on the JBL speaker.
They say stubbornly focused only on.
Ooh, 12 inches of St. Louis.
There's no evidence that shows she did this. There's circumstances. There's no hardcore evidence.
I think we maybe got about
Circumstance.
10 inches out here, give or take, in New Jersey. 12 inches is a lot, though.
After circumstance.
There was a blanket.
I think it's very, very compelling.
This precioso coincidence. I do know the word.
As the days go by, Melanie watches her life pass before her eyes.
Melanie McGuire has been a nurse with her practice.
Co-workers, we were colleagues. They bring in people that I haven't seen in years.
We took their honeymoon with them.
And what they try to do is have them testify to some fact.
Melanie said that they'd get into an argument.
It's like watching ghosts spiral into the room.
Her question to me was, have I seen Bill?
She did ask me a question about divorce.
Just these memories, these apparitions of the life that I once had.
Melanie was stressed out.
The one thing that I'm struck by, time and time again, is that they talk about me like I'm dead.
Melanie was an excellent nurse. Patients loved her.
It's just sort of this ominous past tense.
She was a great nurse.
And Richard today, when he was testifying,
On the CV. Yep. He tried to say it was a shitty truck. The trucker was like, no, it's a shitty driver. Oh my god. So I got him out. I'm back here behind the high school, like terrace and all that shit. So when you finish those, meet me back here. You'll see me somewhere. So I'm gonna work on terrace, open this up. Then we gotta do fireside, and then that street. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to just open up what I can now. So when you get here, you could just easily just start cutting through the shit. And then we'll do fireside, and then we'll do that street right behind the high school. We'll do that all the way to Olden. We'll do that. But yeah, when you get back here, you'll see me. We'll just link back up like we was doing before. Yeah. All right. Yep. You'll see me over here. Can't miss me. All right, bro.
She's a great nurse.
made eye contact with Nancy. She still is. And I was right. I hope it means something to the jury. I know it means something.
Would I be shocked that she was a good nurse?
case, the prosecutor says, the crime was cruel and calculated. She believes Melanie drugged Bill before shooting him.
The defendant somehow administered the moral hydrant.
Using a powerful sedative obtained with this prescription that someone forged on the pad of Melanie's lover, Dr. Brad Miller.
It could have brought him very close to death.
But no evidence of the drug was found in Bill's body.
And that test did not show the presence of any chlorohydrate byproducts.
That is correct.
The state argues his body was found too late to test. Then there's the matter of the searches conducted on the McGuire home computer just days before Bill disappeared.
What was the search term? Instant undetectable poisons, how to purchase guns, how to commit murder.
But as the defense shows, that may not be as bad as it seems.
You have absolutely no idea of knowing who actually conducted the search.
No, I don't.
There are other searches, seconds after the so-called incriminating search, where it's a website or a site that only done with wiretaps is password protected.
Prezioso admits she cannot pinpoint when or even where the murder occurred. But she has a theory.
I believe it happened in the apartment.
That apartment, particularly the bathroom, was painstakingly searched,
Not once, not twice. They went into the apartment 5 times.
all to no avail.
Not one piece of forensic evidence we left there. Not blood in the drain, not a piece of skin in the beds.
Prezioso shrugs that off, suggesting Melanie did a thorough cleaning job.
You have somebody who is very bright, who was doing computer searches and research on how to do this effectively.
Perhaps the strongest evidence against Melanie McGuire is the very story she herself has told, especially that part about coming here to Atlantic City looking for her husband. Remember, she said she came here, found his car, and then moved it out of spite. That would have been just hours before she filed a restraining order against him.
Why would you go down there? It just doesn't make sense.
It's not logical. It's not logical at all. And I acknowledge that. Me moving his car is something that, to anybody who knows me, seems so natural and so vague, so passively spiteful. Yet at the same time, not overtly confrontational. I just gotta wonder what the jury
She did think that the suitcases would come up, and that's what made her come up with all these different stories, and then so she got caught. My brother and I were very, very close.
4 weeks into the trial, Cindy Lagash takes the stand.
Today we had Cindy's testimony. That was quite a treat.
By now, she is Melanie's bitter enemy and has temporary custody of Melanie and Bill's children.
My brother's best friend called me and just told me that they found Billy in the water.
It was incredibly frustrating because she came off very sympathetic like that.
It's a wedding ring.
To the point where she was crying. I started to cry. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I realize I don't think how much I can do her.
The trial is taking its toll on Melanie. And she is feeling the wrath of the prosecutor.
I am scum. I slept with her boyfriend in high school. Did I meet her for a role in the high school play? Was she married to a doctor who left her for his nurse? What is so personal about this story?
It was not personal at all. This was a murder trial. It wasn't a tea party. I wasn't there to become friendly with her. I was there to do my job.
And part of that job, she says, was enlisting help from people once close to Melanie.
Were you in love with the defendant?
Infidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule to start from and connect with Japanese and visit Rosetta.
And I think I just sort of need to make myself comfortable myself because it's an absolute experience in surreality.
Melanie has been dreading, facing off in court with two men who betrayed her. First up, her old friend, Jim Finn, who describes how Melanie told him Bill was dead.
It felt like I was the director saying, action, and she went, he's dead. It was extended funds.
Finn had been in love with Melanie since nursing school, a feeling she never returned.
So today was Jim Finn's testimony. It was
Police were doing a murder investigation. They said, will you help us? And I said, sure.
It was just sanctimonious, self-righteous.
Really, Detective Cronenfeld is interrogating the defendant through me.
In his secretly recorded phone conversations, Finn pumps Melanie for information.
What occurred was in recording me. It was just reprehensible.
You yell at her at points. They give you something, right? Sure.
You talk to me now. I don't know. Give me some information. What am I going to tell these people?
But then, Attorney Joe Tacopina digs a little deeper and exposes Finn's real reason for interrogating his friend.
You felt betrayed when you found out the woman you were madly in love with was having an affair with the doctor that you worked with, correct? That's correct, too.
Jim disappointed me, but didn't entirely surprise me. The other one cut to my soul.
Stay close, Dr. Bradley.
Being able to just across the board despise what he did right after he died.
For the first time in 2 years, Melanie comes face to face with her ex-lover, who the prosecution claims was her motive for murder.
It was so bizarre to see and so anxiety.
Sir, did there come a time when your relationship with Miss McGuire got more intimate?
Yes, it did. 38 weeks pregnant. And before she went on maternity leave, we had oral sex in the office.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking here's somebody who thinks the sun rises and sets over me anyway.
Were you in love with the defendant?
Yes, I was.
And did she tell you she was in love with you?
Yes, she did.
Just to hear me say how much you love me. Just died all over.
We were hoping to be together in the future, to buy a house and have kids together.
I want to hate it. I do. I can't. It's just so painful. So painful.
It becomes even more painful as she listens to his secret tape recordings in court.
When your children's lives are unstable by them.
I still care. And I don't care. And I don't want to cry. And I don't want to keep living all this loss over and over and over again between the loss of my family, of my husband, from better or for worse, of our kids, for my whole life.
On cross, Tacopina uses Dr. Miller's own words to poke holes in the state's theory that Melanie murdered her husband to be with him.
Never once, not before death of her husband or after, did she ever ask you to leave her place, correct?
No, she did not.
You had made it clear to Melanie that you were not planning on leaving your wife anytime soon, correct?
That's correct.
After 2 grueling days on the stand, Miller returned to his new home in Michigan with his wife, his children, and his job at another fertility clinic.
You could say something to me now. How could you? How do you live with yourself? How do you sleep in bed next to your wife every day and still lying to yourself every night?
After 5 weeks of prosecution testimony, the defense gets its turn. Tacopina comes out of the gate confident, saying the state not only failed to find a murder weapon, a motive, or an accomplice, it failed to prove its own theory that Melanie shot and dismembered Bill and their apartment.
Impossible for that crime to occur in that apartment without there being a piece of evidence. Impossible for a neighbor not to hear gunshots. Impossible for the neighbors not to hear a reciprocating saw soaring through the home.
Impossible, says Tacopina, with his loving nurse, mother, and friend, to commit such a ghoulish crime.
Defense all its expertise.
A parade of fiercely loyal friends and patients.
She was my nurse.
Best person I've ever met.
Took the stand to drive home that point.
Multiple sclerosis. And I was a complete vegetable. Melanie really helped me get back into shape. She's very caring, honest, and I'm sorry.
Allison Rakowski has known Melanie for 20 years. Even in her heart of hearts, are absolutely sure Melanie had nothing to do with Bill's murder, especially in my heart of hearts. Best friend Celine Trevisis is just as sure.
Melanie is not a vicious person. She doesn't reach for food. She doesn't have that in her at all.
But will the jury get to see that side of Melanie McGuire?
Yes, right. If I were to but I understand the concerns that the attorneys have, which was lying across the table by two people you loved and trusted.
Have you made a decision regarding whether or not you wish to testify?
Yes.
And what is your decision?
I wish to remain silent.
Closing arguments begin.
They saw what they wanted to see and heard what they wanted to hear. No one was investigating besides one reporter.
Not even those shady characters Bill supposedly angered in Atlantic City, says Tacopina.
Listen, begin, ladies and gentlemen. He began with the honest means. No question about that.
But Prezioso says Bill McGuire's only real enemy is sitting in the defendant's chair.
Don't let drama, don't let looks keep you from doing what may be an unpleasant task.
The way they presented it, it's damning. And I'm scared. Alright, I think that's about enough for tonight.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, shoe shopping isn't fun. I'm even doing it right. So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Big different. Try something that feels like it's, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because a DSW...
Boy, what would I say to the kids and to my family if I could get off to say?
In the privacy of her bedroom, Melanie McGuire prepares for the worst while she waits for the verdict.
Boys, I hope he never says that you don't have to. I love you more than life itself, and I would never have taken your father from you. I loved my husband. Was I in love with him anymore? No. But we had kids together. We had a life together.
Why do you think people should believe you're giving this mountain of evidence? It's circumstantial, but it's...
Because this is not who I am. I have spent my life, my professional life, giving people life, trying to bring life into I'm so afraid to feel optimistic, to feel hopeful. I get this knot in my stomach, and I really think I was not rational. How I'm gonna stand there, how I'm gonna find my feet and physically stand there when I read that verdict.
Deliberations spread out over 4 days.
Counsel, I told you the jury has reached the verdict. Are we all set?
Yes, sir.
How do you find us an account of the indictment charges Melanie McGuire with the murder of William McGuire?
Guilty.
Melanie McGuire is found guilty of murder.
It was crushed, just crushed.
12 people who say that you make through the honors without basically stating that record was shocking to me. You know, that I was able to more emotion goes to honor. was literally pulling on my lapel in my arm. She's telling me time and again, I didn't do what I do. My kids, my kids.
I felt responsible, not because I killed my husband, because I did, but because if I hadn't stayed with him this long, if I hadn't had the affair, if I hadn't moved the car, if I hadn't bought the gun, these people I love, wouldn't be in this kind of pain right now.
Was the worst one. It was like a death. Hearing those words and seeing her face and just knowing that these 12 people could think that she killed her husband.
My ears started buzzing once I heard guilty, and I didn't hear anything else. Just tremendous, tremendous relief.
Melanie is taken into custody and put on suicide watch. 3 months later at sentencing, Bill's sister Cindy defends her brother's character.
His heart was filled with compassion, kindness, and generosity towards others. He never held a grudge, was quick to forgive and forget, and would help anyone in need.
The crime was so heinous, so cruel, and so depraved that the court finds that the maximum sentence should be imposed.
Melanie McGuire is sentenced to life in prison.
It's absolutely indescribable. The hell for me, the hell for my family. This is my life now. This is what I have to do.
I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the live. Everybody leave that like.
Defiant.
Appreciate everybody that's in here.
I believe was convinced that I've done this. That I did. All I can continue to do is tell the truth, and it's not the most flattering truth. It's the truth.
Melanie McGuire will be eligible for parole in 2073. She will be life installments.
January doesn't need a reset. It needs better rituals. And for me, that starts with primary care. With greenwashing everywhere, finding personal care you can truly trust feels rare.
After the holidays, getting back on track with health and weight goals can feel overwhelming. Weight loss by Hers is designed to help make progress realistic and sustainable. Hers offers doctor-developed treatment plans personalized to each individual, with options including oral medication kits or GLP-1 injectables. Plans also include 24/7 support, nutrition guidance, and tools to track movement, hydration, and sleep, all at a pace that's designed to work with you. Care is fully online, connecting with licensed providers who create and adjust plans based on personal health.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, open that up as wide as you could. I'm over here on Glenmar, right behind the high school. So yeah, open that up, and then from there, go up. I open up Farrell, but see if you can try to get that like more curb to curb for me. Yeah, Farrell, yup. Yes, sir. I tucked the corners over here, but yeah, once you can kind of get it down a little bit more, because you'll see me going up and down Glenmar. I'm gonna get this open, and then we should be looking in good shape. This is shit fucking LJ should have been doing. So me and you moving. We moving, bro. Oh yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You're only gonna be able to get what you can get. Like, oh yeah. Nah. Yeah, we're not getting down all the way down the blacktop. It is what it is. Like, that's just, there's nothing you can do about that shit. Like, going out. But yeah. Just finish Terrace, get it as close as you could to the. Yup, Farrell, and then after that we'll link back up from there, figure out what's next. All right, bro.
Weight loss blinders is not available.
An Italian leather bomb / 48 hours for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com / 48 hours. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com / 48 hours.
Is an example of a modern-day Trojan horse. Beware of greed-sparing gifts. Beware of a man coming to your door bringing you flowers. If you want to get a woman to the door, all you have to do is bring flowers. On January 16, 1987, Lita Sullivan was preparing for her day when the doorbell rang. She called her friend Poppy, who was staying over with her young child, and told Poppy she would get the door. She said, "I'll get it." She opened the door. I heard her say, "Good morning." He handed her the flowers. He produced a 9mm handgun. I heard the gunshots. I was stunned for a minute. I took my daughter out of the bed and into a bathroom, into a closet, because I thought that whoever it was would come through the house. When I heard the police radio, I came out of the door and asked the police officer if Lita was okay. He said she was very alive. The bullet penetrated her almost left temporal area of her head. They transported her to Piedmont Hospital, where she was pretty much pronounced dead upon arrival. Our daughter was taken away from us at the age of 35. At the age of 35. It was an assassination. The day she decided to divorce Jim Sullivan was when her life ended. Millions of dollars were at stake. My name is Sheila Ross. I'm an assistant district attorney with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. I'm one of 4 prosecutors assigned to the case of State of Georgia versus James Vincent Sullivan. Jim Sullivan plotted and hatched the idea himself and then hired a hitman to kill his wife. What I think is so disgusting is that Jim Sullivan, for 19 years, lived as a free man. He was living in Palm Beach. He was a social climber. He was wooing other women. It seemed that he was untouchable, that no one could stop him, that no one could hold him accountable for his murderous act. In January of 1998, one night on the train came forward with what could only be described as astonishing information. My name is Belinda Trihane, and I brought the Sullivan case wide open.
Millionaire manhunt.
Understanding the remarkable saga of Lita Sullivan
1975, the days of disco. In those days, Lita was still Lita McClinton, living the good life of an attractive single 23-year-old. The daughter of a prominent family in Atlanta.
Lita was a happy, likable person and lovely.
Poppy Maribel was perhaps Lita's best friend.
She was a very sweet person, so she loved entertaining her family and friends.
It was a close-knit family. Lita being the oldest child of Joanne and Emery McClinton.
Lita is missed and ever kept.
Lita was working in an upscale women's boutique, and one day, Jim Sullivan walked in.
But Jim was quite charming initially.
Lita was enthralled.
Lita thought he was a nice person and gentleman.
Sullivan was a dashing businessman from Macon, Georgia, who inherited a business worth millions. He lavished attention on Lita.
First of all, he's a genius. And he played the part very well. He wined her and he died. She fell in love with him. And there she did. She truly did.
But Lita's parents were worried about how a biracial couple might fare in Macon, and about the different side of Jim Sullivan that they were beginning to see. Prone, Clinton say, to omit inconvenient information.
It was the night before the marriage, before you told her that you had been married before and had 4 kids. That's correct. It was the night before, so we can imagine. We were not happy.
But the next day, December 29th, 1976, Lita McClinton became Lita Sullivan,
which was a very small family.
And the newlyweds settled in Macon, Georgia. Sullivan seemed delighted.
And Jim thought he had a Barbie doll with no brains.
But Poppy began to worry.
I was a bit concerned. I didn't like the way Jim spoke to me. In what way? Sometimes it was in a belittling way.
Plus, says Poppy, millionaire Sullivan was a cheapskate. Once even scolding Lita for spending too much of his money on, of all things, Girl Scout cookies.
So he was quite annoyed with her that day because she bought 2 Girl Scout cookies.
And then there were the affairs.
Were you aware during your marriage of his cheating on her? Yes, I was.
Lita hoped it would change when the couple moved to ritzy Palm Beach, Florida. To an oceanfront mansion, Casa Elena.
But Jim continued his old ways throughout the marriage. He was unfaithful.
And finally, in 1985, after 9 years of trying to make the marriage work,
I think it just became intolerable.
Lita gave up. Filed for divorce, packed up the Mercedes, and moved to an Atlanta townhouse the couple had purchased.
She planned the divorce. She didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm divorcing Jim Sullivan. She made sure she had copies of his important papers.
Before long, Sullivan had a new woman in his life, a local socialite named Suki Rogers, and Lita was getting ready for a rough court fight.
She knew he was the type of guy who wasn't going to give up any of his money. She knew he was going to play dirty. He had played dirty their entire relationship.
Assistant District Attorney Sheila Ross says in January of 1987, financially, everything was coming to a head.
So time is running out for this man. It really is running out.
An Atlanta judge was due to decide if Lita could challenge an agreement the couple had made about dividing Sullivan's roughly $8 million fortune. If Lita lost,
she was going to get around $200,000.
But if the judge ruled in Lita's favor,
she could get anywhere from 0 to all of his estate. She may have underestimated him in terms of how much he loved his money, but he also underestimated just how smart she was.
started to watch all of these.
So Christensen turned and went back into his garage. He's ready to go to work. Seconds later, he heard shots.
I like that.
What did you think had happened?
I thought something that should have done.
The second you heard those shots, you thought Jim Sullivan?
Oh, yeah. All earthly reasons.
Christensen rushed outside, saw the shooter run off,
Yeah, and disappeared around here.
and then raced to Lita's side. She had been shot in the head. A dozen long-stemmed pink roses lay nearby, still in their box.
She was pronounced dead, and my husband said he knew who did it. And he did it because
But Sullivan had an alibi. When Lita was shot, he was 600 miles away in Palm Beach. Despite that, police started taking a long, hard look at Jim Sullivan. Suppose, the investigators wondered, he had hired someone to do his dirty work for him, a hitman, with no murder weapon. They were left with only one real clue, a suspicious phone call made to Sullivan about 40 minutes after Lita was shot.
It wasn't just a phone call. Where it was placed, where it was placed to.
The call came from this rest stop, coincidentally about a 40-minute drive from Lita's home. The theory, the hitman called Sullivan to tell him the deed was done. What did you think was going to happen?
We thought he was going to be arrested.
But the phone call wasn't enough. Not only was Sullivan not arrested, within months he had married his girlfriend, Suki Rogers. The McClintons were appalled.
he's just taking something that he had no right to take. And we are here to see to it that he's going to pay for this deed.
If you're like me, you've probably opened a checking or savings account at moreandalford.com/fees info.
If he was battled today.
Jim Sullivan's carefree life in swanky Palm Beach seemed unaffected by Lita's death. He soon divorced his third wife, Suki, and began taking up with other women, lots of other women. One of them gave these pictures to police, Sullivan's personal record of his many contracts.
The exhibits targeting, finding, and pursuing consistently
But analyzing Sullivan's social life didn't get authorities any closer to the particular theory. They hired a hitman to kill Lita, just didn't have enough hard evidence to charge him with murder. Then in 1992, 5 years after Lita's death, her frustrated family filed suit against him. Eventually did win a $4 million judgment. But they didn't see a dime of it. Sullivan had long since stashed his millions safely offshore and out of reach. As was he, living the good life now in Costa Rica. The files accumulated, the years passed. Then, in 1998, 11 years after the murder, in a small town in rural Texas, fate intervened in the person of one Belinda Trahan. Belinda worked as a receptionist for lawyer Ed Lee, and out of the blue one day told him she needed to speak with him urgently.
I've got a story to tell you. I need to listen.
Her tale began back in the late 80s when she was living in North Carolina with one Tony Harwood, a mover for North American Van Lines.
together about 3 years off and on.
She said she would never forget the bizarre story he told her after an overnight run to Palm Beach.
There was this
rich white man that wants to have his black wife taken care of. But Tony loved to brag, and Belinda's reaction was more or less, oh sure, some guy wants you to kill his wife. I never. Harwood insisted his story was true, explaining that there were other people in on the job too, and that it would come off the next time he went to Georgia. Stories get out. But Harwood came back disappointed, saying the intended victim hadn't cooperated, refused to answer the door. Whereupon Belinda jokes that, well, if you want a woman to come to the door, take her flowers. Because that's exactly what happened. When Harwood returned from a second trip to Atlanta, he said the job was done. Did you believe him this time? By now, Harwood was determined to prove he wasn't making it up. Telling Belinda to get in the car, he drove overnight to a roadside diner. She has no idea what it was called or even what state it was in. She remembers clearly what happened there. This guy comes in. Why that man? Then the man pushed a newspaper across the table. It wasn't until they were back in the car that Belinda realized the newspaper had an envelope in it. Newspaper. Money. Lots of money. In fact, half of what Harwood said was the $25,000 payoff for the murder of Lena Sullivan. Now, finally, Belinda believed it, and she split, moving to Texas to start over. Eventually, she got married. But Harwood never let her forget what she knew, or what would happen if she told. Yeah, that pretty much the whole time. Never stopped. For 11 years, it worked. Linda kept her mouth shut. But by January of 1998, she had had it.
Behind the high school, me and Brad. I figured since when I pulled LJ, I might as well just finish up what he couldn't get to. So we just did we only go to primaries. We're not in the neighborhoods. We just go to primaries. I'm literally behind the high school now. Brad said Tara should be good. He got that as curb as much as he could. I have him on Farrell right now, doing that. I'm about to go fuel up real quick, so I don't know if you want him to go anywhere else or just stay back here. Man, so where that's at? Is that Ben on that house in broccoli? Oh, in there? Yeah, so. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was going to, but who would Dave come back here when I pull him out, or what's the? Okay. And then we don't know the status of LJ. Yeah. He got it back. I'm like, he just an ungrateful little motherfucker, man. God damn, man. I'm like, I pull him out, and he just drive speed off. I'm like, well, damn, say thank you, bitch. Hey, the fuck, hey, I'm like, yeah, I think he was embarrassed too. You know, Tucker laid into his ass because he went straight down the street and then tried to like tuck the corner instead of just pushing it all across the street, and that's what got him jammed up. Like, it was I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. And then it's oh my god, I know. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. He did, but he was able to limp it back to the shop, and then as he's driving back to the shop, he's speeding. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey. I'm like, this fucking guy, man. So I'll come over there, pull Dave out, and then I guess I'll go to Hampton Hills because I know that shit gonna be fucked over there. I'm scared. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. We'll shoot over there. I helped like 3 people already that were stuck. I just like plowed in front of them and behind them, and then they was able to drive out. So they better. That's the shit I'm talking about, man. Like they think it's not a lot of snow. It is. This is a fucking shit ton of snow. What we got? 8 to 10 so far, something like that. 8 to 10. Thanks. Yeah. So. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Alright, yeah, I'll be right there.
Oh God, what now?
Yeah, I got one here too, so whatever. Yeah, I got one on me, yo. Yep. Alright, yeah, I'll be right there. Now Dave's stuck. Alright, so you got that key fob? So we are going to I'm gonna go help Dave. Alright.
I gotta understand. Middle portion, 2 corners. Finish here. Alright, yeah. Alright. Did you happen to catch on the radio when they called for Dave earlier? No, my radio was working. Bro, they were like, hey Dave, how's this? Oh, it doesn't look like it's been touched. You're like, alright, we're going to ride through it, but don't plow anything. He comes back on the radio. Alright, Dave, when you hit the corners while I'm going down, I want to get on that radio and be like, hey, people, I think this one. Don't fucking drop your plow. What? Holy fuck. I'm telling you, I never felt so smart in my life. There's still plenty of guys smarter than me here, but god damn.
I'm that motherfucker, man. I know, bro.
I got you, man. I'm here in this.
Yeah, Dave's stuck over his feet. Once I get fuel, I'll call you. I'm gonna head over here.
So from here all the way down.
All the way to over.
Okay.
And if I still don't call you by then, go down Central. Alright. I just don't want you to go to neighborhood stuff. Alright. So fucking yeah. But if I don't call you by then, come over to
That's some time.
Yeah. Alright. Take your time back here. Don't rush, bro.
I got you, bro.
Alright, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, Hey, I gotta try to at least be the least of somebody.
I know, right?
Freshest guy on the planet.
Doing better than these motherfuckers.
Well, that ain't saying fucking much.
All right, bro.
And she finally challenged him.
I even bluntly said on the phone, I said, did you kill that woman or what? He says, I don't believe so.
And that's when Linda decided to go to the cops. Her boss, the lawyer, knew that they would have two big questions. Why had she stayed silent for so long? And was she perhaps also involved? So she suggested those flowers. But in the end, the killers were so blown away by the legal story, they agreed that in return for her testimony, they would not press charges.
She provided details that associated.
Georgia Bureau of Investigation agent John Lang, now retired, got the case. His question, after so long, could she still ID the man who had paid Harwood off? He showed her a photo of it.
Did she say, oh my God, that's him?
No, she says, I'm 40% sure this is him.
But after a few minutes, she again pointed right to the picture of Jim Sullivan.
And then I turned around to John Lang.
Once he had her positive ID, Lang set out to verify the rest of Belinda's story.
We went to North American Landlines, and by the grace of God, we're able to find in the cab these letters that had not been closed. The first box I opened was the living rooms. So it's a picture on the Harvard's.
It was a huge breakthrough. The first hard evidence linking Harwood and Sullivan in the months before Linda was killed.
I was just ecstatic when I found it, because then when what she was saying was true. There was that connection. Belinda is the only person that saw these two men. She's the only person that saw these two men. It was crucial.
But was it enough to nail Jim Sullivan? Today, Belinda and her husband Tim Travian share a picture-perfect life in rural Texas. A far cry from 1998 when Belinda feared for her life and literally went underground.
I went to Vancouver for about 4 minutes.
She retreated in fear to this crawl space barely 4 feet high, living deep under her house, with a TV, a bed, and a loaded .357 Magnum.
She knew she was a target.
She was hiding in terror from her ex-boyfriend Tony Harwood and from Jim Sullivan.
He to hire a professional hitman to take me out anytime.
I felt that if he paid $25,000 to kill his wife, then what's $100,000 to kill the eyewitness and to put him away for life?
In the 11 years since Lita's murder, Sullivan had been a free man. And yet, even with Belinda's story, police still didn't have enough solid evidence to charge him. Hoping Harwood would provide more, they told Belinda, call him up and get him talking.
I thought about that too. The thing all he can do is testify that I was the one.
Especially incriminating, Harwood's answer when Belinda recalls that at first she didn't believe him.
I never figured it was really real, you know?
Oh yeah, it was real. I live it every day. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep and I can't back.
The next day, Georgia Bureau of Investigation agent John Lang knocked on Harwood's door.
Tony came out, got in the front seat of the car, and said, I would wait for you boys for a long time.
To Lang's delight, Tony Harwood just couldn't shut up.
They started telling us about, he mentioned Sullivan's name. I didn't mention his name. I said, we want to talk to you about an incident in 1987 involving the murder of somebody. He said, you talking about that Sullivan guy?
This is a gift, right?
Yeah. And he kept on,
Felina's boss, attorney Ed Lee, assumed that with Harwood providing the missing link, police now finally would arrest Jim Sullivan for his wife's murder. But the Atlanta district attorney didn't know where Sullivan was.
We are here today to announce the issuance of a warrant on the arrest of James E. Sullivan.
After issuing the warrant, DA Paul Howard privately told Sullivan's attorneys that he'd be going for the death penalty.
The guy with unlimited resources is going to win.
Or already had them.
Already had them.
In fact, Sullivan had been sunning himself for some time in this lovely Costa Rican seaside community, 1,600 miles away. And within a day of his attorneys learning about the death penalty, he hot-footed into Panama in a very big hurry.
He was out of Costa Rica. He left his dog. Here's a person who professes to love his dog, Coco, and he leaves it in the neighborhood.
But Jim Sullivan's disappearance did not affect the case against Tony Harwood, the alleged hitman. He eventually cut a deal and pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter. But all the while, he insisted he was not the actual shooter. He was, well, over the years, he's blamed the mafia, a stripper named Tracy, and some guy nicknamed John the bartender. Despite his changing stories, prosecutors agreed to a 20-year prison sentence for Harwood in exchange for his future testimony whenever Sullivan eventually faces trial in the murder for hire. International fugitive Jim Sullivan, meanwhile, was on the move, said to have been seen in exotic locales in Guatemala, Venezuela, Ireland, even Malaysia. And finally, in this idyllic beach resort, 100 miles south of Bangkok.
How did you determine that he was here?
Well, we began receiving reports of possible sightings of Sullivan in Thailand.
Bob Cahill, then the FBI's legal attaché in Bangkok, says tips from local viewers of the TV show America's Most Wanted led right to Sullivan's hideout, this swanky condo complex on the beach.
He's been in the honest
Right up there, with both his name and that of his new fourth wife, Nana, right there on the door. Local authorities put him under surveillance. And in July 2002, 4 years after Tony Harwood's arrest, they moved in. The Royal Thai Police took this video of Sullivan's arrest.
He was completely shocked.
Completely shocked.
Yes.
No idea.
No idea.
His new home became this squalid, overcrowded Bangkok prison. Back in Atlanta, Lita Sullivan's parents couldn't have been more pleased.
Jolly.
The jolly good.
Good.
But Sullivan was in no hurry to come home. He fought extradition fiercely.
Mr. Sullivan, I'm Susan Spencer from CBS. Can I just talk to you for just 1 minute? Do you have anything to say to the Clintons at all?
2 years later, Thailand's highest court rejected his last appeal. And in 2004, nearly 2 decades after Lita Sullivan's murder, and showing the effects of his long stay in prison, Jim Sullivan was returned to waiting prosecutors in Atlanta, the city where it all began.
18,000 miles.
How do you like being on U.S. soil, fella?
Advance your career helping others. Earn an advanced degree at Adelphi University. Choose from our MSW or PhD in social work or our master's and doctoral programs in psychology and school psychology. Work in NYC? Our MSW in general psychology master's program are coming to our new Manhattan Center in fall 2026. Learn more about our convenient schedules, part-time options, and generous scholarships. Visit adelphi.edu. That's adelphi.edu.
What's up, little psychos? I'm Investigator Slater, host of the Psychopedia podcast. Psychopedia is a true crime podcast delivering raw, real, and absolutely gripping episodes every single week. I dig deep to uncover fascinating details of heinous true crime cases while exploring criminology and psychology theories. I take you into the absolute darkest corners of the human psyche, my favorite territory, and present cases like you've never heard them before. Follow and listen to Psychopedia everywhere you get your podcasts.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear: extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon.
Yeah, I'll get you out of here. No problem. Yeah, it's a lot of snow, man. A lot of fucking snow. Yeah, he got he fucking fucked up his hub. He fucked his hub up. I said, where my gloves go? Let's get you out of here. Back on the road. Curb, yeah. Alright. No problem. No problem. uh, yeah. Yeah. And I'll pull you. Uh, yeah. Alright. Let's give it a go. Got it. I'm gonna plow you a route out of here, and, and then you can start fresh. Woo-wee! Thank God for this fucking machine. Hey, the chains, I know. Hey, all right. No problem. Saving my coworkers all night.
Sullivan's lawyers are not impressed. They scoff at the star witnesses, thinking Sullivan's neighbor, Tony Harwood, is a con artist, and his ex-girlfriend Melinda as a dupe. First on the stand for the state, Lena's mother, who tells prosecutor Kelly Hill that Jim Sullivan never even went to Lena's funeral. His only communication, a telegram to the funeral home. Sullivan listens expressionless through all this, even when the state presents its most damning evidence. 305, 695, phone records of calls to and from his Florida home, conversations with the alleged hitman, Harwood. And it's a number that you'll see at 4, 5, section 5. The most important call, one Harwood made from a payphone a 40-minute drive from Lena's house, 40 minutes after she was shot. The message is just 2 words. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Sullivan. Your problem. Sullivan's lawyer, Don Samuel. Jim Sullivan doesn't have a clue what these phone calls were 19 years ago. He's simply not able to say, oh, I remember making a phone call 19 years ago. I remember what it was yesterday. But Belinda Trahan clearly remembers her own unwitting role in Lita's death, and she tells the jury of it as parts to her boyfriend, Harwood. So because anyone knows if you wanted to get a woman to answer the door, all you would have to do is take first. Prosecutors set up a mock diner. Belinda reenacts Sullivan's payoff to Harwood.
Is his truck broke or something? I'm trying to figure out why he not plowing. I, I said I'll plow a route for you.
Dave, are you good? around. Yeah, turn around and try here while we have a cut. Where you going? Just say turn around and go up here.
Yep. Yep. Can't make this shit up, man. Hey, I said, Dave, I'll fly you around. You just follow. I'm like, are you going to drop your flower?
You just called me while you got there. I said, yeah, that's the flower I got here. I tried, but not the flower when I was there. I tried. It's stuck again. Okay.
Back up, please. Everything else about this truck.
I hit the lockout right now. I'm looking for the fog light. I said, hey, stop me, Gabriel. Fuck the fog light.
Why are you worried about the wrong fucking thing? Like, you're always worried about some bullshit. The most irrelevant thing. Like, fucking fog light. Jesus Christ, man.
Hank was the fog light. I said, Hank was the fog light.
Where you got him at?
Actually, good. Last night. See, I was there. I think we did some shit. But he's coming up the hill trying to take 4 miles. I told him, he says that. He says, that's not take that.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's what I told Brad. I said, when I cut through, he was like, you have to go halfway or quarter on. I said, that's it. Don't put the whole fucking thing on. You're not gonna be able to put it. It is what it is. So let me do the brunt of this shit. Once I open it up, we did.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 2 for 2 right now. Hopefully don't with nobody else. Alright, yeah, I'm about to get fuel, then we'll head over there. Brad, he should be finishing up Fireside. So all the primaries should be open over there. And then we'll go up to the fucking. Woo, that's gonna be a bitch. Yeah. Yep. We got that done. Whew. Alright. Hopefully I don't get no more calls. My new name is Dex Recovery. Alright. Alright.
Newspaper stuffed with cash. For 11 years, she says, she was too afraid of Harwood to speak out. Until finally, now the state asks her to speak out one last time.
Here she is, this unpaid
of the payoff.
Did you tell those police officers after you made this trip, when the road you don't go away, the state you don't go away, and you don't left to return to you, but you left the next morning. You make that seem right?
But Belinda insists in the end she met Jim Sullivan and saw the payoff at the table in the diner.
You know what I saw? You can't take that from me, no matter what you do.
Defense counsel Don Samuel.
To remember someone who they said they saw for just a second. She could have been for just a second. Years and years and years ago, I found the whole notion of the identification test not credible.
But her credibility is stellar compared to that of the state's other star witness, Tony Harwood. He cut a deal and already is serving time for his role in Lita's murder. First problem, his truth about the payoff differs from Belinda's. He says he got the cash in the men's room. He said he was on a moving job in 1986, and Sullivan asked him to take care of Lita. And how exactly had Sullivan put it? More than his testimony adds to the impression that Harwood is an odd duck. Inexplicably, he returns from one break with his hair parted on the opposite side. The prosecutors have bigger problems with Harwood than just his hair. They have to acknowledge that he may very well need money. He says that he just doesn't know who actually shot him. But they want a jury to believe him when he insists Jim Sullivan was behind it all. Defense lawyers emphasize their contempt for Harwood by not even bothering with cross-examination. Rolling the dice that the jury will find this star witness simply not believable. In closing arguments, prosecutor Clint Rucker pulls out all the stops.
The doorbell rings loud. It rings clear. And in this case, it rings true.
Reminding the jury that this case is about a young woman who opened her door simply for a box of roses.
It's the last thing she does. She uses it as a shield to try to block the path of the bullet she's already hit after.
But defense lawyers insist there's no proof that Jim Sullivan had anything to do with it.
The story is that when an envelope,
And Garland mocks Belinda's story,
is inside these papers,
saying that was one big payoff for one small envelope.
it's close. That envelope will test that innocence.
Sullivan never takes the stand. The jury is left with reams of circumstantial evidence and two very unusual witnesses.
You know, tomorrow,
If you believe Linda Trahan, you are authorized under the law to find this defendant guilty.
So will the words of a convicted felon and his remorseful ex-girlfriend be enough to convict?
I'm going to ask you to be verdict guilty to each and every count. To tell James something. Tell him that you told me.
business career? Move up with a master's degree.
Jay,
More about our
between 100 and as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, eliminate.
At long last, a jury has Jim Sullivan's fate in its hands.
20 years of torture.
And the prosecutors, too, are more than ready for a verdict.
This is the reason why there is no statute of limitations on murder. Murder will always be punished.
If he were to walk out of here, well,
It is beyond my wildest imagination.
but defense attorney Don Samuel thinks he's poked major holes in the prosecution's case.
I firmly believe the state doesn't have sufficient evidence to find that there is plenty of evidence out there. It certainly seems suspicious.